Welcome back to our In the Pages series with Monte Jackel. We're focusing on his article, The Hopefully Upcoming 2025 Tax Reform Debate. Now, if you haven't already done so, please make sure you check out the other videos in this series. Well, speaking of things that are good for the overall tax system, you do have in your article just a couple of proposals that Congress could do now if they were so inclined. They don't have to wait till 2025. Could you briefly run through those items? I think there were three that you called out.
Yeah, there were three. The first one I mentioned before about 701-2, that it needs statutory support. That would, if you don't give it statutory support, you might as well revoke the rule, because it has examples in that regulation that are no longer relevant because the law changed. And the reg is attacked in cases where it wouldn't otherwise be attackable under the common law doctrines for lack of authority. And the last one who had any comment on this was Judge Halpern in one particular case, who kind of implied that if you were trying to assert the regulation in a case where the common law doctrines would not apply, then the reg would be not valid because of the fact that the reg preamble keeps on saying that it's not adding to the law that otherwise exists with the common law doctrine. So how could it be attacking something that is not dealing with the doctrines? And then there is the self-employment tax problem. There's it's a second item, the self-employment tax problem, dealing with who is a limited partner, whether the state law characterization controls, and then what to do under the 1411 net investment income tax, which currently only goes after items where the member is passive and if you're active, you're not taxed there. And there have been several proposals to fix it, change the law. But every time the law is changed, or IRS would attempt the last time in 1997 to propose regulations to fix the problem with the self-employment tax for partners, the IRS gets accused of coming up with a new tax. Someone inside the government came up with a brilliant idea of challenging these cases, case by case in the tax court, challenging the position that a limited partner can be very active and who a limited partner is. And if someone in authority there thinks that doing case by case litigation is the way to go, I don't think so. The last item I just wanted to close on is, and I'm not the first one to say this. Michael Schlier has written several letters to the editor over the years dealing with how to challenge what to do about pro-taxpayer regulations that are beyond the authority of the IRS to issue them. Things like the the reduction from $20,000 to $600 for the information reporting. And that was done administratively by saying, well, Congress may have, kind of paraphrasing this, Congress may have said the threshold now is 600, but we're not enforcing that this year. And the thing is, so it's pro-taxpayer, makes policy sense, but there was no authority to do it. But who's going to challenge it? And so the question is, can something be done? Because otherwise you get caught up in the Anti-Injunction Act and things of that nature. To have someone have standing to challenge one of these rules and get a decision on the merits without doing too much damage to the overall tax system and collection of the revenue, but stop this practice of when it deems it has the ability to do so, the IRS issuing guidance that says you can do X instead of Y when the statute says Y, there's times when they say, yeah, we can do it. And there's other times they say, no, we can't do it. The statute says otherwise. So what is it other than a personal preference on the part of the policymakers that they like one result, don't like another one? There should at least be some principles that police that. When the result is taxpayer favorable, the question becomes, if no one's going to get hurt by it except the tax system and the separation of powers, then who cares? And so that's what it comes down to, and it should be fixed.
There you have it. That's our discussion for today. Again, the title of the article is the hopefully upcoming 2025 tax reform debate. The author is Monte Jackel. And Monte, thank you for taking the time to talk to us today.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Want more like this? Subscribe for more tax videos. Special thanks to our executive producers, Jasper Smith and Paige Jones, showrunner and video editor, Jordan Parrish, and assistant video editor, Chris Trigo.